What's up, Quantum Nation? Welcome back. My name is Quantum, and today we're going to be talking about who the king of OLED is. Now, in my last video, I asked you guys an open-ended question to see if you guys could figure it out, and fortunately, a handful of you guys actually really did figure it out, and so kudos to you guys. Smack a like on this video. We're going to be talking about it, but there, in fact, is an elephant rhino in the room. There is another competitor, and only a handful of people did figure that out and mention that. Neither are the king. It's not Sony, it's not LG, not even Samsung. There are competitors. Now, one of the things I do want to talk about is how they're the best at what they do. And when we talk about OLED and who's king and all that, we don't often hear a narrative talking about that's a trick question in and of itself. The king kind of pertains to a particular category, and I'll give you the example. Okay, LG is the best price to value ratio. Nobody in the OLED market has as many screen sizes and as much affordability across their range or their lineup as LG does. And that's beautiful because now you can buy a really kick-ass TV for a bunch of different price points. I've heard of people getting LG OLEDs for as low as $700. It's madness. So you don't even have to put up with blooming and clouding if you don't want to. Beautiful, right? And then you introduce budget lines like the A1 series. I mean, it gets even more affordable. So there are tons of options and versatility from G-Sync, FreeSync. You have a bunch of calibration options if you want to be professional and you want to do 3D LUTs calibrations and all that kind of stuff. You have options with LG, and that's what makes them truly freaking special. Then you look at Sony. They're the masters when we talk about processing. So older content like 1080p, 480p, 720p, they knock that out of the park really well with their upscaling capabilities. But they also take it a step further with future-proofing. Now, you can never truly future-proof a TV. However, Sony is kind of the best in that regard with allowing manual control over color space options like DCI-P3, Adobe RGB, and BT 2020 manually on all your content. So you can definitely go a lot farther with SDR content on Sony TVs than you can with anyone else's TV. And that's true for pretty much everything I've seen. Now, let's talk about the elephant rhino in the room, Samsung. They finally arrived with their OLED model, and it is expensive. A lot of people do find it to be grossly expensive. A 65-inch will run you over $3,000. I'm not completely lost to the fact that's 75-inch price range money. So, or at least at a certain level. You obviously won't buy the most flagship for that price. You'll end up paying like closer to $8,000 or something like that, depending on, again, who you go with. But I still think that when we talk about price to value ratio, what they offer with Quantum Dots is fair. But Samsung is the best when we talk about that pure pop and that vibrancy, the intensity behind the TV. Like when you look at a Samsung TV, from a Quantum Dot OLED perspective, it's like immediately a wow, like this is what we've been waiting for. That's what it feels like, genuinely. And so you take all of these aspects, price to value, quality, and a ton of options, best at upscaling and future-proof with wide color gamut, and then you have Samsung with the best vibrancy and brightness we've ever seen on an OLED, and then the market gets really challenging and competitive. But that's where we as consumers win, because now we have options. The power is in our hands, and we can decide which one we want. I love that feeling at the end of the day, feeling like a kid in a candy store that gets to pick from everything. And again, I kind of envy the other countries that get to pick from not only the Panasonics, Philips, Hisenses, LG, Sonys, but now the Samsung as well. The options are getting more and more available and accessible for everybody, and that is my favorite thing. So as far as who is the king, LG or Sony or anything, I think, again, it will depend on what you use. Now, if you need help with figuring out how you use it and what's the best, reach out to me this Friday, 7 p.m. through 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I run a live stream, and I'll help you guys out however I can. That being said, though, I want to hear your thoughts on this video and who you personally find king versus everybody else, depending on how you use it. That's a very interesting distinction, and I hope you guys can help me figure that out in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.